A looming extinction crisis. 32 charities sound the alarm on UK planning bill. The UK's planning system is on the brink of a catastrophic environmental collapse, warn 32 leading conservation charities. Their urgent plea centers around the controversial planning and infrastructure bill, currently navigating its parliamentary committee stage. This bill, ostensibly designed to streamline development, is accused of prioritizing speed and profit over the long-term health of the nation's irreplaceable natural heritage, potentially pushing numerous species towards irreversible extinction and inflicting devastating habitat loss. The proposed legislation, in its current form, is a blunt instrument, disregarding the delicate balance between progress and preservation. It recklessly dismantles environmental protections, leaving future generations to inherit a drastically impoverished landscape and communities grappling with the devastating consequences of ecological devastation. The concerns are not merely hypothetical. They represent a stark warning from organizations intimately familiar with the intricate workings of the UK's ecosystems. These charities, including giants like the National Trust, the Wildlife Trusts, Butterfly Conservation, and the Woodland Trust, possess unparalleled expertise and decades of experience safeguarding Britain's natural wonders. Their collective voice, amplified through this coordinated warning, demands immediate action. Richard Benwell, CEO of Wildlife and Countryside Link, poignantly encapsulates the prevailing sentiment. The government claims a win-win is achievable, a harmonious coexistence of development and nature. However, the current iteration of the planning bill is anything but balanced. It brazenly sacrifices environmental protection on the altar of expediency, offering little to future generations or the communities deeply concerned about the escalating erosion of our natural world. The proposed amendments put forward by these 32 charities represent a lifeline for Britain's biodiversity. They seek to rebalance the bill, ensuring that environmental considerations are not merely an afterthought, but an integral component of the decision-making process. This is not about obstructing progress. It's about ensuring that progress is sustainable and responsible, safeguarding the invaluable natural capital that underpins the UK's economy and well-being. The amendments urge a more holistic approach, one that considers the long-term consequences of development decisions and prioritizes the preservation of irreplaceable habitats and endangered species. The gravity of the situation cannot be overstated. The UK boasts a unique and fragile ecosystem, a treasure trove of biodiversity that has been shaped over millennia. This bill threatens to unravel decades of painstaking conservation efforts, jeopardizing the survival of countless species and irrevocably altering the landscapes we cherish. The consequences extend far beyond the immediate environmental impact. The loss of biodiversity translates to economic instability, reduced resilience to climate change, and a diminished quality of life for all. The stark contrast between the bill's potentially devastating impact and recent positive developments highlights the government's inconsistent approach to environmental protection. Just this week, regulations were implemented to safeguard beaver populations during development projects. This welcome initiative requires developers to conduct thorough beaver surveys 12 months prior to any application near watercourses. If beavers are present, developers must submit detailed management plans guaranteeing the protection of beaver habitats, dams, and watercourses. Some projects may even necessitate the planting of additional trees to provide sustenance and building materials for these crucial ecosystem engineers. This follows the landmark release of beavers in Dorset earlier this year, a testament to the growing recognition of their vital role in restoring wetland ecosystems. This seemingly progressive step, however, stands in stark contrast to the overarching threat posed by the Planning and Infrastructure Bill. It underscores the urgent need for a coherent, consistent, and robust approach to environmental protection, an approach that the current bill demonstrably lacks. The government's commitment to protecting beavers, while laudable, is rendered almost meaningless if the broader legislative framework allows for widespread habitat destruction. The contradiction is glaring and highlights the urgent need for a comprehensive overhaul of the Planning and Infrastructure Bill, one that aligns with the government's stated commitment to environmental sustainability. The 32 Charities call to action is not merely a plea. It's a clarion call for a fundamental shift in how we approach development in the UK. The current bill risks irrevocably damaging the very fabric of the nation's natural heritage, a heritage that belongs to all citizens and future generations. Failure to address these concerns will have catastrophic and irreversible consequences. The time for action is now. The future of Britain's biodiversity hangs in the balance. Support the amendments, demand a more sustainable approach to development, and ensure that the UK's natural wonders are preserved for generations to come. The consequences of inaction are simply too great to bear. Join the movement, lend your voice, and help safeguard the future of Britain's irreplaceable natural treasures. Let's ensure that the government's commitment to environmental protection translates into tangible action, not empty promises. The time to act is now, before it's too late.